Yeah, man. Yesterday was 420. How the hell are you? Monster cheers. Orange monster cheers this morning. And I know monsters aren't good for you, but I live a life of balance now, and I eat ridiculously healthy and drink tons of water, and I have a monster from time to time. Yesterday was 420. And as you guys may or may not know, I'm a guy who used to drink a lot, stone cold alcoholic. Got sober about 9 years ago, I think 2008, early. So that's about 9 years. And after 8 years of total sobriety, I started researching medical marijuana, talked to some doctors, and they, said you should try it. It's legal now. It'll help you with your sleep. Because I was taking sleeping pills, Z-Quil, NyQuil, stuff like that to go to bed. They said, yeah, if you're doing that every night, just try the weed. Try it for a month, see how it goes, if it goes well. So I tried it, and it went really well. And so now I use it. I'm not recommending that anyone watching this, because I know I have some people who struggle with these things. I'm not saying it's for you. I'm saying if you can, like in my case, I stayed sober 9 years, let's say 8 years, and then I've been using medical marijuana, cannabis for the last year. So that's the route to take. If you're drawing inspiration from me, I'm not saying it's okay for a drunk or an alcoholic to use weed if they're struggling, but if you can get sober, stay sober like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you want to go back and experiment, that's probably not a bad idea. But so yesterday was 420, the first time I've ever celebrated it, quote unquote. I've always hated when people talked about 420. Like potheads always kind of got on my nerves, like, it's 420, dude. I'm like, dude, really? Like, are we still doing this? You were telling me about 420 when we were 7, and now you're telling me, now still as adults. Like, but yesterday I wanted to get in on it, not really celebrate or do anything stupid, just get a little more into the edibles than I normally would. And I made the mistake. I blanked that it was 420. I went to the medical marijuana dispensary here in town, down on Santa Monica Boulevard. Walked up, there was like a line of 30 people. Usually you're in and out in 10 minutes. They check your ID, you go back, you buy whatever you need, and you leave. But there was like 25 people in line waiting to get in, and there was a 20-minute wait to get in. And I realized finally it's 420. So everyone was loading up. But the good thing is, when I was there, I just picked up a few things: a Chiba Chew, some oil for when I sleep, and a gram of some stuff for the morning. And because it was 420, everything was like half off, so I paid almost nothing. And then they just filled my bag with free stuff. There were free samples. I got chocolates, I got a brownie, I got a cookie, I got a free gram of some weed. It was just like a free-for-all giveaway, so I'm glad I went. It took a long time, but I got a smorgasbord of stuff when I left. And what I did was I talked to a friend of mine, Jake, and if you guys aren't on Periscope, you need to check it out. It's a Twitter-owned app that does live video broadcasts, and I'm on there. I broadcast from time to time at its Twitter/Malan Darras. I'm not sure of the exact Periscope address, but it's a good time. And I jumped on there and was showing everybody what I had, and I started eating the edibles, and I just kept eating them. And, like I said, I went a little deeper than normal. And I ended up periscoping for an hour and 20 minutes. I was going to do like 10 minutes. It went an hour and 20 minutes, and we went through the wildest ride while I was on edibles, telling all kinds of tips and secrets and telling people all kinds of stuff. They were asking questions. I was just answering everything, and I deleted the video. I told them I was going to delete the video. And the only reason I stopped periscoping was because my friend Jake came over, and we were going to hang out. So I had turned the camera off, and we hung out. We went down and we took some edibles and went down and had a great dinner at Tender Greens. Had like organic, locally grown everything. I had a Cobb salad with steak and chicken. It was the bomb. And then we came back up to my place, ate more edibles, and just talked and laughed. I kid you not. This is the great thing about medical cannabis. When you drink alcohol, it starts off okay. A friend of mine and I will get together, let's say back in the day. I'd get together with a friend. We drink 3 beers. We're feeling pretty good. We're talking louder. We're listening to music. We have a mixed drink at the house, and we maybe go to a club, do a couple of shots. And at some point, it goes from being a fun time to a terrifying, Like you black out, or you get in a fight, or you drive in a car and run it off the road, or something bad happens at some point. That's why I had to stop. Not that I didn't like drinking, just bad things happen. And with the weed, we ate massive amounts of edibles, more than I normally would. And we didn't do, nothing turned bad. We just laughed. The worst thing that I did was I stayed up till about 12:30 a.m. We didn't even realize it was that late. That's way later than I normally like to stay up, because like this morning I got up at 6 anyway. So instead of 8 or 9 hours, I got 6 hours of sleep, and so I feel kind of like crap. But that's all we did. We ate edibles. We laughed. We went to Walgreens, and he got a bunch of junk food and candies, and I didn't partake in that. I just had some sparkling water or something. I was good. I might have a cheat day today, though. It's been a while, and it's Friday. Might have a cheat day today after the gym. But we had a blast. Just laughed and talked, and we did a podcast last night with no cameras on. We were talking about podcasts, and then both of us just launched into like a podcast vibe, and we started doing a performance, like a podcast episode with no cameras on. We laughed and said, this is a podcast. This is what it could be. Like, you could just come over, we eat edibles, and we talk, Joe Rogan does it. Joey Diaz does. That's their whole podcast. Like, what we just did is a podcast. So we kicked around the idea. We'll see. Maybe something like that can happen in the future. But it was a good time. But I've never really celebrated 420. I didn't know you were supposed to eat junk food. He informed me. He's like, no, you get really high, then you eat a bunch of crap on 420. I said, I don't know, dude. I'm new to this. But what else is up? That's why I probably look a little tired. I didn't sleep hardly enough, and I need Monster Energy to live. But a couple other things for Friday. Good week for me, man. Everything was pretty solid. I've been doing a productivity spree lately where I set up all my tasks I want to get done for the week, put them all in OmniFocus, and then every day I just drag 2 or 3 of them into my calendar. You can just drag events from OmniFocus into iCalendar, and it works perfect. And so I've been knocking out a lot of stuff I needed to do for a long time. And some of it fun, some of it not fun, some of it like paperwork, but things that need to be done. So I got a lot of that done, and did a video, wrote a blog post yesterday about the power of And that basically covers how I handle bad situations now. Instead of reacting immediately if something doesn't go my way, I just sit back and go, my girlfriend leaves me. I don't get mad, just go, I wonder what's going to happen here. A campaign gets retro banned for no real reason. Instead of getting furious, I go, and just watch what happens. And, a lot of the time, if you wait to react, the circumstance will fix itself. Like in the case of an online marketing campaign. Let's say I'm running it for a week, making money every day on autopilot, and then they just go in and ban all the ads for some reason. Retro ban everything. It happens all the time. You ask them why, they say, we don't know. They just changed their mind. We don't know. We don't even know who did it. I used to get really mad, but these days I just go, because I've learned that when bad things happen, good things can come after that. Like if a quote-unquote bad things, even like a life ending, makes people freak out, like a broken heart or losing a relationship, or you're getting in a fight with your mom or your kids or whatever. A lot of times, even like I can look back at my DUI arrest and I can go, it was terrible at the time. I reacted very badly. I was pissed at the world. I was mad at everyone. But when I look back, I'm like, yeah, that was basically the god of alcoholics watching over me and taking me off the highway that day because I was a danger, and that those months that I sat in that little condemned jail cell in Johnson County, Oklahoma for 6 months, don't even get me started. I needed that. I read 100 books when I was there. I got my education. I sat down. I chilled out for a while. I had a break from being a lunatic. When I got out, I went back, but it was a good break. I needed it. But so whenever something bad happens, I just look at the situation. Instead of reacting bad, I just go, let's see what happens here. It ties into another phrase that I got from a guy named Mike Rashid, who's like an inspirational bodybuilder guy on YouTube. I saw him in a video. He said, only good things happen. And he was talking about how in life, your mentality should be only good things happen. It's tough to do because bad shit happens. I'm not saying like a bomb going off in Syria that kills a kid that's a good thing. I'm just saying that even in bad situations, you can find good things within them. So in my case, like getting pulled over sucked, but only good things happen. I got a nice break that I needed. I was calm for 6 months. I read books for 6 months. It was a terrible situation to be in, but some good things happened. And so I always look at that. So instead of getting mad, I get pulled over, get a parking ticket or whatever, instead of getting pissed off, I just go, only good things happen. So, let's just see what happens. And weird things happen when you give them a chance to kind of percolate. It's awesome. But that blog post is up. My website's malandarras.com. Just go there, read the blog. It's all there. There's 4 years of posts there. Speaking of the website, something I want to start promoting big time is I'm inspired by newsletters. Now, I have an email list that a lot of people, there's just thousands and thousands of people on this list. But to me, there's a difference between having an email list where you blast people with your blog posts and news, and there's a difference between that and a newsletter. To me, a newsletter is like its own entity. Like you have a blog is an entity, and your email subscriber list is just a way to send your blog post to your readers, right? But a newsletter is more of its own entity. It's like a blog in and of itself. And so you get one blog post a week. I post on Thursdays when I have something to say. But then the newsletter, maybe that goes out every Friday. Some of them do them every single day. And it's a completely separate entity, a different world that you can subscribe to if you like to. And I'm experimenting with doing that. Instead of just sending out my blog post every Friday, which is what I used to do and people loved, I've been sending out kind of a newsletter that says what I'm up to, what are you up to, here's the blog post I wrote, but here's some other cool stuff, here's some shoes that I'm wearing, here's the new sparkling water I'm drinking, just anything I find that I think is interesting. Here's a band you've never heard of that you should listen to. It goes in the newsletter. And I've been sending it out every Friday, and one will go out this afternoon. I'll take about an hour after I do this and type it up. And I want everyone on the list. I want it might become like a centerpiece. There's YouTube, there's the blog, and there's the newsletter, And then all the social media stuff is kind of, its own thing. But if you want to get on the newsletter, and I want you to get on there, go to malandarras.com/join. That's where it is right now. I might update the URL. I might give it its own domain, like the Malan newsletter world.org or whatever. But for now, go to malandarras.com/join, sign up there, and that will get you on the newsletter. I'm going to update that opt-in to talk about what I'm doing more because I think it's an interesting concept. And let's be honest, I want to build a massive newsletter because I think it's one of the best ways to build an audience. YouTube's great, but YouTube could pull my channel anytime they want, and they're doing stuff like that all the time. Facebook's great, but they can close your profile. All these social media companies can close you down if you say something controversial. But an email newsletter, let's say you have 100,000 people on your email newsletter. You can take that audience wherever you go. You can just email them. Hey guys, my web host decided they didn't want to host my site anymore, so it's down for a week, but the newsletter's still active. I'm going to relaunch at malansworld.com or whatever, and that's where you can go. So it's a great asset to have, and it's a great way for us to all stay connected and build that tribe. There's a guy, Seth Godin, he came up with the word tribes for your businesses and your employees in these groups a long, long time ago. But I think it's a great word for what I'm building here. It's not an email newsletter. It's not a subscribership. It's not a fan base. It's a tribe, man. A tribe of weirdos, wackos, and people who are trying to do something better with their life, because that's the overall theme that goes through all of you guys that I keep hearing. And it's kind of the overall theme of what I talk about. All of this stuff that I talk about is just, most of it's a way to make your life a little better, especially if you've crash landed and you don't know what to do. Like I was when I was 34. I woke up and was like, okay, I've crash landed here on this planet. I haven't had a sober memory, clear thought since I was 14 or 13. I've been drinking for 20 years. What do I do? And I slowly started putting the pieces together. And it was a magical, magical journey, like legit magic, life-changing, craziness. I was doing some things with prayer that I can't even talk about really because it doesn't make any sense. And I'm not a religious person, but man, when I started praying every day, some crazy stuff happened. But I think that most people who are looking for, let's say, affiliate marketing advice, why do you want to do that? You want to make your life better, right? When people visit my stuff about intermittent fasting, you want to make your life better. You want to look better. You want to feel better. You want to lose 20 pounds. It's all making your life better. You know, people that tune into the music stuff, music makes your life better. Like you're looking for music to make your life better. That's what it all is. If you're asking me questions about how to make money, it's because you want a better life. Like we're all trying to improve. And there are some good teachers out there. There are a few good teachers. Like I think Joe Rogan's a good teacher. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's an inspiration to millions of men and women now, and to me personally, in the world of fitness, health, nutrition, psychedelics, spirituality, all this stuff. He's helped a lot of people. Same with Joey Diaz. Sure, he's a harsh guy with a rough outside, but the deep thread of his message is how he turned his life around and how to make your life better. And I think that's the trend we're all going towards. Fuck an online business or being successful or driving a Ferrari. The only reason anyone wants to drive a Ferrari is because they want their life to feel better. Maybe if I get the Ferrari, my life will feel better. You know, the truth is it won't. I've driven a Ferrari. It sucked. I hated it, but it's not my thing. But if you want to join this tribe and get in on this wave, go to malandarras.com/join, and I'm going to start promoting it as its own thing. I'm tentatively going to call it, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking of calling it, but it'll be a separate entity. I'm excited about it. I mean, this could be an exciting year. I'm building an affiliate marketing course to help all these people that ask me questions every day. I already have the forum running, humming along. I have the blog, the YouTube channel, maybe a podcast version of this, and the newsletter. And that's like 6 businesses, man. You know, it's all good. I'm accidentally creating online businesses. It's funny. I have the T-shirt business running. I forgot about that. That was so simple. Go to malandarras.com/shirt. There's links in the description box. You can get an It Will Be Okay shirt that I've been wearing for 15 years. But it's fun, man. So it's been a great week. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm excited. It was a good 420. If you celebrated, let me know how it went in the comments. Let me hear your story. And if you have a hangover. Also, if you feel energized about the newsletter, post in the comments and let me know. And one other thing. If you want to help spread the word, I'm going to start asking for this as well. Do me a favor and share the video. Share any of my videos that you like. Share my website. Share the newsletter. Share the YouTube channel. Anything. The Twitter profile, Facebook, it's all in the description. Do me a favor and just share it to your friends and say, hey, this guy's kind of interesting. He's a weirdo, but, you know, he's fun to listen to for an hour a day or 10 minutes a day. And help me share it. I'm trying to grow without doing the cheesy and annoying ads on YouTube. Like, that's a last resort. Like, if I want to have 10 million subscribers, I could probably do that in, a year, buying ads. But I'm not sure I want to do that quite yet. I kind of like the viral, organic approach. So help me go viral, you know, in our little world. Spread it to your friends. Say, hey, man, this guy's been through a mess. If nothing else, I've been through a lot of mistakes, and he helps people find their way out or whatever. Anyway, thanks for helping me out on that. I'm going to go. I've got an email to type up for the newsletter. I'm going to announce the madsociety.net is my affiliate marketing forum. I'm going to announce our live Q&A date, which is happening early this month. Instead of the last day of the month, we're going to do it next week because I'm going on a cruise for my birthday. And I'll tell you about that in another video. So that's it, man. Hope you had a great week. It's Friday, April 21st. We lived. Hopefully you're not in jail. Hopefully you didn't hurt anyone, you know, and hurt yourself as little as possible. I got to check these campaigns I'm running, see if I've made money or lost money. And all will be explained in future videos. We'll continue our progress. I'm proud of you. Hell, I'm proud of me, so fuck it. Let's cheers out of this thing. Boom. A lot of people ask what this jazz music is playing. It's just a free YouTube clip. I hope you like it. A lot of people seem to like it. I may switch it up from time to time. But that's it, man. Have a great day, and as always, I will see you in the future.